Okay, so now I think we can start. Still, many of the people are missing, but let's start. So, as you guys know, we completed our syllabus. In previous session, we completed our last module, module number 7. Our module number 7 was focusing on global issue, and as a part of that, we discussed sources of ethical problem. We got to know that there are 5 different sources of ethical problem. Then we have seen the remaining part, which was focusing on influences on employees' ethical decision making. So this is what we did previously. Now our syllabus is completed, and this is to inform you that I already shared this thing in your WhatsApp group as well, that you can find all the resources, the PPTs in your login portal. I uploaded all the PPTs in your login portal. So it is available under e-content, which you can access. And you are also aware that our semester is about to end, and we are going to have Viva. So as you know that in our professional ethics subject, we are having 50 marks for term work. For regular students, we already completed that task. If there are D2D students, you are already aware that Bhavin sir is taking your special sessions regarding D2D, and he gave you instruction regarding term work. Once again, we'll share the details in your WhatsApp group so that you can get the idea. And that is of 50 marks. Remaining 50 marks are from Viva, and we are going to have Viva probably in the next week or in the few days. So our computer department, computer engineering, and IT department will share the details with you very shortly. You will find the Viva timetable, and we are going to conduct Viva, and that will be of 50 marks. That is our end semester evaluation. We are not having any written test here in our subject. So make sure that you complete the preparation part very soon. And for your preparation, I already uploaded PPT. So you guys can start your preparation and prepare yourself for Viva so that you can score well. Now, from this session onwards, we are going to start the revision as we already completed syllabus. So this revision will help you for your Viva preparation as well. So what I'll do is I'll share some details regarding what are the units that we covered previously, and then we'll start the discussion one by one from the first unit. So let's go for this. Let me share the screen once. Yeah, if anyone is having any doubt, query, you guys can definitely ask me through the chat box. If you are having any confusion regarding our subject, if you want to know regarding term work, Viva, uh, the platform is open for the discussion. So you can post your query there in the chat box. My screen is about to get visible to all of you. Yeah. So I hope my screen is visible. Okay. So as you can see here, this is complete list of the modules that we completed that were part of our subject. The first module, which was focusing on overview and basic concepts. Here, as a part of this module, we discussed regarding few terminology, few words like moral, ethics, spirituality, values, because all of these words are quite connected with ethics. So we got the understanding regarding those terms. Then we have seen the stakeholders of ethics. After that, we have seen the governing edicts as a part of this first module. In second module, which is focusing on profession and professionalism, we have seen three important terms: profession, professional, and professionalism. We got the understanding regarding these three terms. Then we even discussed regarding importance of professionalism, why professionalism is important in work life, that we have seen. Then we even took one case study here. That case study was a real case study which happened with Johnson and Johnson, and it is known as Johnson and Johnson, how Johnson and Johnson handled Tylenol crisis. So we have discussed in detail regarding this case study as a part of module number 2. Then in module number 3, the focus is on ethical theories. We started our discussion with basic ethical principles. Then we got the understanding regarding moral development theories. Afterwards, we have seen 10 different ethical theories or approaches. So this was one of the important topic if you look from the point of view of Viva as well, because you need to get the clear understanding regarding all those ethical approaches or the theories as well as moral development theories. The fourth module was focusing on responsibilities and rights of professional. Here we discuss regarding the rights and responsibility of individual, the citizen. Then our discussion was happening regarding rights and responsibility of professional. If your rights are violated, then what could be the correct step, that also we discussed here. Then our fifth module was focusing on ethics in engineering profession, where we got the understanding regarding why ethics is very much important for the engineers. They are having few responsibilities, and if engineers are not following ethics, then what could be the harmful effect it may create on the society that we have seen. With the help of few example, few real life case studies as well, we discuss the fifth module. The sixth module was focusing on ethical codes, where we discuss regarding the code of ethics, why it is different from company to company, what it includes. We have seen the real code of ethics report as well. Then the last module was focusing on global issue. As a part of global issue, we recently completed our last module, so you guys are very much familiar with global issue. We started our discussion with three important terms: honesty, integrity, and transparency. Why it is important? If few companies are not following ethics, then what could be the result? Like we have seen in the case of Enron. So Enron case study was discussed. Then companies which are following ethics can get a good result. That we have seen in the case of Sun Pharma. So this is the first part that we discussed under global issue. Then we recently completed the sources of ethical problem in a previous session. Afterwards, our discussion was also happening on influences on employees' ethical decision making. So this is complete list of modules that we covered, that we completed our syllabus. Now I will take you to first module and we'll again do the revision starting from the first module. So in between, if you are having any doubts query, you are welcome to post there in the chat box and we'll also discuss on your doubts. So let's start with the first module. So here our first module is focusing on basic concepts. So let's start our discussion. We'll see few important terms which are very much important from the point of view of ethics. So let's start with the first term, that is moral. Uh, all of us are having basic understanding regarding moral. That moral is something which is guiding us towards choosing right or wrong, good or bad. So this came from a Latin word moralites, which means manner, character, and proper behavior. And if we look at the Oxford Dictionary's definition, then they define moral as this, that concerned with principles of right and wrong behavior. The second definition is the degree to which something is right or wrong, good or bad, and so on. So basically, if you look the moral term, you will notice that this is quite related with the individual perspective, how you are thinking from your individual level. You may notice that moral do differ from person to person, and the moral is something which is not quite applicable in everybody's idea as well. You may notice that a few people, let me give you examples so that you can understand once again. You are aware that few people are uh, there are people who are choosing vegetarian food, there are people who are choosing non-vegetarian food as well. So the people who are having that particular food habit will definitely think that other food habit is not appropriate, that is wrong. So it is their own moral perspective. It doesn't mean that their perspective is right, that is applicable to everyone. So moral is your own individual idea regarding how you consider something as good or bad. It is your individual level thinking. Now, if we look at the second term, that is ethics, which derived from a Greek word ethikos, which means custom or character. Here, ethics is defined from the Oxford Dictionary as the moral principle that control or influence a person's behavior. Normally, if you see the difference between moral and ethics, you will notice that ethics is considering the whole society's point of view. The majority of the people should have to think something as good or bad. And based on that thinking, ethics can be derived. Like you are aware that some of the things are not accepted according to the society, according to some culture, some country. So that's where ethics comes into picture. Now let's go for the next term, which is values. All of us are having few ideas regarding values. We are aware that few of the qualities we are deriving from our experience, from our interaction with our elders, our society, our people, and that's how some of the qualities are being part of our own self. These values can differ from person to person. So that's why if you check the individual values, if I'm giving some of the qualities, some of the values, the priority, it doesn't mean that all of the other people are also giving the priority. Similarly, it do differ from family to family, from culture to culture, from society to society, from nation to nation as well sometimes, and organization to organization also value do differ. Let me give you some example regarding a few values which are quite common in some family, but it is not applicable, or other families are not giving importance to those values. Like you must have seen that in some of the family, being on time at night is very much preferable. They are keeping few restriction as well, that nobody should have to go outside after 10 or 11. Everybody should have to be there at home. So it's their own family value. Similarly, in some of the family, it is their own family value that everybody should have to be there in the dinner time, and they should have to eat together. So it's their own family value. uh, it may not be applicable to other family as well. So family to family also sometimes this value do differ. From culture to culture, you are very much aware regarding culture to culture values are differing as well. From society to society, from religion to religion also some values do differ. And from organization to organization, these values do differ. If you are working in some multinational company where they are giving more priority to customer satisfaction as well as employee empowerment, uh, this you will see difference with working in a small group as well. You will notice that the small group are not so much concerned regarding employee empowerment. uh, they are not, they are giving a few freedom only. There are more restriction as well, and they are having few different set of values. Now, if we look at the spirituality, it concerned with the human spirit rather than body or physical thing. And on the other side, it is concerned with the religion as well. We are aware that the people who are more spiritual in nature will think from different angle as well. Sometimes we are also doing few activities in which our inner self, our inner voice is stopping us sometime. And that's why it is also quite connected with spirituality as well. So many times spirituality is something which is guiding us towards choosing what is right for us, what is wrong for us, even for the society, for the other people as well. So spirituality is also quite important term which is associated with the ethics. Now let's discuss regarding stakeholders. There are few parties with whom the ethics are quite related. So if we check the list, we are aware that all the individuals are liable here. Everybody should have to behave ethically. It's our own responsibility. On the other side, we are aware that organizations are part of society. They are dealing, they are doing their business activity in the society, and whatever they are producing, that's for them, the end users are the people, the customers, the society. So they also should have to behave ethically. If they are doing wrong practices, then it may create harmful effect on whole society too. Similarly, there are people who are working as a part of organizations, they are employee. So organizations should have to follow ethical policies. If they are not following it, then it can create a big trouble for their own employee as well. The third stakeholders or party we can consider is society. We are aware that sometimes the whole society, the group of people, if they are having wrong belief, if they are considering something as unethical, then it may create a big impact on other people as well, other group of people, other society as well. Like you are aware that some nations are also liable to follow ethical way. If they are not following, the whole world can also suffer. Like you are aware regarding North Korea, which is more dominated by one person, and that one person may create big trouble for the whole world as well. On the other side, if you look at India or some other countries as well, they are behaving ethically in most of the policies, most of the actions as well. But if sometime they are choosing wrong way, it may create trouble as well. So society is also very much important part which we can consider as the stakeholders. So these are three stakeholders for the ethics: individuals, organizations, and society. Now let's discuss regarding governing ethics. Ethics is nothing but order, something that do influence our thoughts. We are aware that sometimes our society is telling us regarding what we should have to consider as ethical and what we should have to consider as unethical. Sometimes our religion is also influencing our thought. Sometimes constitution is also influencing our thought. Let's take few example. If we discuss regarding social ethics, we all are aware that a few decades ago in our country, one would not even heard of Valentine's Day. Similarly, right now, if you check our culture, our society, our people, then you may notice that there are group of people who are celebrating even Father's Day, Mother's Day, which was earlier not present. It was not part of our culture as well. But nowadays, people are accepting it, and people are finding that as ethical way as well. If we look at the second part, second example about constitutional ethics, so all of us are aware that few years ago, before independence also, this child marriage was common practice in India. Then constitution came into picture, our law system came into picture, and they made a rule that child marriage is unacceptable, it is punishable as well. So because of that intervention, now as it is punishable, people are not doing it, and then people are also having this mindset that if somebody is doing child marriage or the group of people who are doing child marriage, then we as a people are also considering them as unethical people as well. So constitution do play a big role in our thinking of ethics as well. Next is universality. So universality, it means if you go any part of the world, you will notice that this is not changing. This will remain common. And the best example that we can take here is student cheating in exam, which is unethical in any part of the world. Similarly, you are aware that murder, killing other people is wrong. It is unacceptable. It is unethical. Even if you are part of this country or other country, it is similar for everyone, right? So these are basic things that we learn as a part of module number one. So if you are having any doubt query, you can definitely post your doubt query here in the chat box. I hope you got the understanding regarding the first module. Once you are clear with the first module, we'll go for the second module as well. So is there anyone who is having doubts? Please post there in the chat box. If you are not having doubt, you can also write down clear or no doubt so that I can get the indication. Yeah, Bhavdev is saying no, it is clear. Yeah, Darshan, Vasu, Uday, all of them are clear. Vaishali. Pathik. Yeah, thank you guys for replying here. Now, as there is no doubt, we can go for the second module. So let's go for it. Okay, so our second module is focusing on profession and professionalism. As you can see this, first we'll get the understanding regarding three important terms: profession, professional, and professionalism. So let's start with the first term, that is profession. All of us are having idea regarding profession, that there are different profession in the society, like doctor, lawyer, professor, then teacher. These are different professions, engineers. So if we look at the definition, so Oxford Dictionary provides the definition for profession as this, that profession as a type of job that requires special training or skills, especially one that needs high level of education such as engineering, medical, legal, or teaching. So basically here the main focus is on two, three aspects. First, it should have to be the job. If you are doing something at home, if you are not a carpenter or you are not some guy who can do that regular work, but you are doing that for your home, that doesn't mean that it is your profession, because it's not your job. Secondly, there you should have to have a special training or skill. If you look at our India, high level of education such as engineering, medical, legal are quite related with few profession. But if you look at some other profession like mechanic guy, if your vehicle is not working properly, then you should have to visit those mechanic guy, and they are, though they are not having high level of education, but they are having that skill to complete the task. So this is important to have a special training or skill. This is important term. Now, if you look at the professional, the word professional, so the people who are performing that particular profession, those who are doing that activity, are known as professional. But if you look at the correct aspect, here it says that a professional is a member of profession or any person who earns their living. So this is also very much important. If somebody is doing a particular task, so we are not calling everybody as professional. We are calling few people as professional because they are having special training, they are having skill to perform it, and in return they are also charging. So they are earning from that particular task. So earning is important part. Like we are doing so many activity for our home. In return, we are not getting any salary or we are not earning anything. So that means that we are not professional that time, right? So any person who earns their living from a specified professional activity is very much important. Similarly, it says that the term also describes the standards of education and training that prepare members of profession with a particular knowledge and skills necessary to perform their specific role within that profession. So this is the understanding regarding professional. Now, if we look at the third term, professionalism. So, in one way or other way, you must have experienced in your life that few people are behaving very nicely, they are having great knowledge, as well as they are executing well as well. So, sometime, let's say that you are having some trouble with your SIM card and you are visiting one of the store. So you may notice that if you are so much frustrated and if you are so angry, sometime you will notice that one person is coming out and is behaving very politely with you, is also understanding your concern, and is trying his best to solve your problem too. So that person's image in our mind is very good, and that's why professionalism is concerned there. The person is focusing on more professional aspect, more professional uh, aspect is shown in all his dealing. So that is actually known as professionalism. So if we look at the professionalism as a definition, so it says that is the conduct, behavior, and attitude of someone in a work or business environment. On the other hand, you may notice that some people are having great knowledge. They are very skillful. They are master in whatever they are doing. But if they are not aware how to communicate, how to behave with the customer, with the other people, you don't like to visit that particular person once again. Like I recently had one example when my father was not well and we were there in hospital. The doctor was very much skillful. He was master in whatever he was doing. He was surgeon, and when I went there to discuss about my father's issue, health issue, he got frustrated and he behaved very rudely. So he was angrily replying everywhere, everything. So that is actually not professionalism. So even if few people are having great knowledge, they are having great skill, but if they are not behaving properly, if they are not handling some of the activity properly, then you will notice that there is lack of professionalism, and you will also notice that people are also not happy with their work. So professionalism is very much important. There are few general traits which are associated with professionalism, like appearance, reliability, competence, ethics, communication, organizing skill, accountability. This is few general traits. You may see that the list is very big, and all those are very much important aspect as well. So here we discuss regarding this three term: profession, professional, and professionalism. Now we all are having understanding regarding these three terms. Profession is something type of job that requires special training or skill, and some higher level of education as well. And professional, we do consider professional the member of profession. They are doing that activity, and in return they are earning as well. Professionalism, we just have seen the definition, that is conduct, behavior, and attitude towards the work or the job. That is professionalism. Now let's discuss why professionalism is important. So if you can check here, the list is in front of you. The first is create boundaries. Sometimes few people are not aware regarding their boundaries, their limit, how they should have to behave with the other people, whether their behavior is going to create any trouble or it is going to solve the problem. So this professionalism do helps in all those aspects. The second is creates an atmosphere of improvement. You may notice that the people who are having great professionalism in all their doing, all their dealing, they are having continuous focus on all those areas in which they can improve. They are continuously seeking the knowledge. They are continuously learning so many different aspects as well. The next is the sense of responsibility. The people who are having great professionalism are also capable in understanding their responsibility. Sometimes you may notice that though the task was not of particular guy, but the person is behaving very responsible in all that dealing. You may notice that the person is very helpful, even though that was not his task, but the person is trying to solve your query with all of his efforts. So the person is having great sense of responsibility, and he is very much aware what are those tasks. and how the person can complete the particular task. The next is mitigate conflicts. People who are having complete knowledge regarding how they should have to behave, how they should have to perform certain activity, you may notice that those people are even concerned towards solving a problem more. They, even though we are aware that in family also sometimes conflicts do happen, in organizations also conflicts do happen between employees, boss, subordinates, at various level conflicts do happen. But the person who is having great professionalism will try to mitigate conflict, will not escalate the issue, will try to solve the problem more. Next is it increase the job satisfaction. The people who are doing, they are aware what they are doing. They are having great knowledge in that particular area, and you will notice that they are satisfied with all of their work. So it is also quite related with the job satisfaction. Next is personal growth. Like we just discussed that the people are continuously looking at the improvement area, so they are also continuously seeking at their personal growth as well. So this is what we discuss as a first part. Now the second part of this module 2, let's go for it. Just a minute, let me take you there. Okay, as a part of profession and professionalism part 2, we discussed on one case study which was on Johnson and Johnson. We all are familiar with this brand. Johnson and Johnson was facing one trouble. It was not related to India. This happened in US, where they were selling this particular drug, which is actually not available here in India, but it was quite famous in the Western world. Tylenol drug. This Tylenol drug was helpful in fever reducer as well as pain remover. It was available for children as well as for the adult, and people were having great trust on Johnson and Johnson. So all of the majority of the people were consuming this Tylenol drug. At that time, few people made changes in their ingredients. They changed the ingredients and included cyanide, and we are aware that cyanide is very deadly. So those people who are not aware that there is change in ingredients made by few people, that created a big trouble in the market. Lots of people even died. And then investigation happened. After consuming Tylenol drug, lots of people were even dying. Like we just have seen the newspaper headline that 5 people uh, got dead after consuming Tylenol drug. So at that time, CEO of Johnson and Johnson uh, was not waiting for the investigation's result. He immediately took the decision to call back all its product from the market. And then uh, if we are aware that calling back all the products can create a big amount for the company, and it may result in loss as well. But his vision was very clear that he wanted to call back all the product, and he immediately made this statement in the media that try not to consume our Tylenol drug because there is change in the ingredient, and we are calling back all our product. So immediately this words also spread in the market. After calling back all the products, they even checked and they even destroyed lots of products too. There was speculation in the market that after this event, now Johnson and Johnson is not going to survive in the market. They were grabbing somewhere near to 30% of market share, which was very much big. But then Johnson and Johnson, within 1 year, they started again manufacturing Tylenol drug with tamper-proof packaging. Earlier, the problem with the earlier product was it was easy to tamper. People can easily change the ingredients, which they found as a loophole. And at that time, it was not so popular. Right now, you are aware that whenever you are going to buy medicine, there are packaging, and if you notice that the package is damaged, you are aware that you are not going to buy that product. But it was not common practice in that time. So Johnson and Johnson uh, reintroduced Tylenol drug with tamper-proof packaging, and again they grab the market share because people are aware that here Johnson and Johnson is not in fault. Their approach is customer centric because they immediately call back all the products, and they even started the investigation, and they were focusing more from the customer side, and that's why people were also happy. So this, though it attracted a huge amount of loss for Johnson Johnson, but it created a great image on the public. People were considering uh, them with a great respect as well, and they again got back the market share. People were again consuming the drug. So this is what we discuss as a part of module number 2. Now, if you are having any doubt query, you are free to post your doubt query there in the chat box. I hope the discussion, the revision we are doing currently is very helpful for you, and this discussion will also help you for your Viva preparation. Once again, let me share this. Yeah, people are replying. Samir, Kunal, Sri, all of them are clear. Raj, yeah, great. Even Darshan also replied. Thank you guys for replying. Yeah, Mohammed also replied. So guys, once again, let me tell you once again, I shared all the PPTs in your login portal, so you can access the material from there. You can start referring all the PPTs because you are aware that we are going to have Viva very soon, probably in the next week, but it will share by your CC once the department is going to take the decision on taking Viva. You will even get the Viva timetable from your CC. So start preparing. We already completed the syllabus and currently we are doing revision. If you are having any doubt query, you are welcome to post there in the chat box. Even I am there in your WhatsApp group as well. So if you want to contact me, you can also contact me there. Uh, Now, let me discuss with D2D students. Are there D2D students here in this class? So D2D students can reply here. Yeah, Raj, even Vasu, Kunal, they are, I guess, D2D. So few students recently joined. Previously, few students joined and we discussed regarding term work. And I hope you are also clear with the term work idea that we are having term work in which you need to do three things. Yes, Smriti is also there. The first is case studies. I hope you are aware regarding case studies. Even I hope you are attending Bhavin sir's lecture. Yeah, Raj is saying that yes, Bhavin sir said us. Yeah, definitely. So you just had the idea regarding term work as well that there are three things. First is case study. Out of 5 case study, you just need to select one. You need to read the whole case study, and then at the end of that case study, you will find few questions. So you need to write down on piece of paper, or you can even choose Word Word file. So on Word file, you can type your answer and you can share. That's the first task. Second task is to prepare PPT. Topics were shared by Bhavin sir. that out of those topic you can select one topic. This task you can do in a group or individual as well. Prepare one PPT, and based on that PPT you can make your video. Like we are taking this session in our Google form, so you can use this Google Meet. You can use Google Meet or Zoom, whatever you find as suitable, and you can record your voice as well. Simultaneously, while PPT is there on the screen, you can explain those points too. And that video recording as well as PPT is the other task that you need to submit as a part of term work. Okay. So as soon as you complete this, try to submit. Now let's go for the attendance. Yeah, in the meanwhile, if you are having any doubt query, you are free to post there in the chat box. In the meanwhile, I'm going to find the Google form for you so that you can mark the attendance in Google form. Yeah, okay, Raj is saying no, sir, clear here. Okay, great. So, guys, let's go for the attendance. I just shared the Google form link there in your chat box. You can go on this link and you can mark the attendance. Once you complete the attendance part, you are also free from my side. So Google form is working, it is activated. This is request to all of you that kindly go on this link and complete your attendance part. After completing the attendance, you can leave this meeting and you can go for your next session or activity. Yeah, welcome Harshvardhan. Guys, quickly finish the attendance part. I will deactivate the Google form very soon. So make sure that you complete the attendance part in a Google form. Udayraj, I hope you have marked the attendance. If not, please do that right now.